Have you ever wondered why some seniors seem to carry an unpleasant smell they don't even notice? It's not just about skipping a shower. It's a hidden spot most of us overlook, and yes, it could be affecting you too. Stick around until the end because I'm going to reveal exactly what it is and how to fix it for good. You'll want to watch this to reclaim your freshness and confidence, because noon deserves to be remembered for the wrong reasons. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Part 1 is the truth about old people's smell. Let's get real for a moment, ladies, shall we? We've all encountered that phrase before. Old people smell it, floats around in conversations, sometimes whispered behind hands, sometimes blurted out carelessly, often by younger folks who smugly assume they're immune to time's sneaky tricks. But here's the unvarnished truth that rarely gets aired out in polite company. It's not a myth, it's not a stereotype, it's a genuine phenomenon, and it's not as simple as someone forgetting to hop in the shower now and then. Oh no, it's a far more intricate tale than that, one rooted deep in the biology of aging. A story nobody prepares you for when they're busy warning you about crow's feet, silver strands, or creaky knees. They don't sit you down, look you in the eye, and say, "Sweetheart, one day your scent is going to shift too." And yet it happens to nearly all of us as the years spile on our bodies undergo transformations that go beyond the surface. Our skin, once a self-regulating marvel that kept itself plump, smooth, and fresh, starts to slack off on the job. The natural oils it used to churn out in abundance, the ones that locked in moisture, shielded us from the elements, and even helped whisk away dirt and pesky bacteria, begin to dwindle with less oil. Our skin dries out more easily. And here's where it gets messy. Those dead skin cells, which used to flake off without a second thought when we were younger, don't shed as efficiently anymore. Instead, they linger stubbornly, sticking around, especially in those cozy tucked-away spots where warmth and moisture like to hang out. And that's not all. There's a chemical twist to this. Plot enter 2-nominal, a compound you've likely never heard of by name, but have caught a whiff of. At some point, it's the culprit behind that musty, slightly greasy aroma people associate with aging. This isn't your garden variety sweat or skipped bath. It's a scent born from the natural breakdown of fatty acids in our skin as we age, and it's got staying power. Here's the real kicker. Your trusty bar of soap and a quick rinse, they're no match for it. You could scrub until your skin's red and raw, but if you're not hitting the right spots with the right technique, that scent isn't going anywhere. It seeps into your wardrobe, burrows into your bed sheets, and settles into the cushions of your favorite armchair. You might not notice it. Our noses have a way of getting cozy with our smells, but rest assured others do. That's why this conversation matters so much. Knowing what's going on beneath the surface hands you the keys to take control. It's about empowerment. Arming yourself with the know-how to tackle it head-on, to shift the narrative, and to ensure you're not the one leaving a room with hushed murmurs trailing behind you. Part 2 is that seniors are more prone to the odor. Now let's dig a little deeper into the why of it all, because there's more to this than just a random quirk of aging. Why is it that we're Theons dealing with this while the 25-year-old neighbor can mow his lawn in the blazing sun, dripping with sweat, and still not carry that telltale whiff? The answer, ladies, lies in the relentless march of biology, and it creeps up on us without so much as a courtesy note. Our skin, which used to be a pro at keeping itself fresh by slowing off old cells, like clockwork, slows down as we age. That rapid turnover we took for granted in our youth, it's history. Instead of those dead cells gracefully exiting stage left, they loiter, piling up on the surface, and they're not just sitting there looking pretty, they're mixing with whatever else they can find. Sweat, leftover skin oils, and even the tiny pollutants floating in the air around us together. This Emily crew creates a perfect petri dish for bacteria to thrive, and that's when the trouble starts brewing. But wait, there's more. Let's circle back to our friend 2-nominal because it deserves a second spotlight. This compound doesn't just magically appear one day. It's a product of time and chemistry. Back in our 20s and 30s, our bodies didn't even bother making it. It's only as we cross into our 40s, 50s, and beyond that it starts showing up like an uninvited guest who won't leave. It's born when the fatty acids in our skin, those same ones that used to keep us dewy and youthful, begin to oxidize, breaking down under the wear and tear of years the result. A distinctly earthy scent, sometimes described as greasy, musty, or even faintly grassy, whatever you call it. One thing's certain, it's tenacious. You can spritz on your favorite perfume or douse yourself in floral body spray. But that's just a temporary mask. It doesn't erase the source. Sometimes those fragrances clash with too nominal, creating an odd cocktail that's worse than the original problem. And here's where it gets even trickier. Certain parts of our body amplify this scent more than others. We're talking about those areas where skin meets skin, where folds form, or where air doesn't circulate as freely. Sure, you might immediately think of underarms or between the thighs, and you'd be spot on. Those are prime suspects. But there's one spot that slips under the radar for most people, a hidden troublemaker who's often the sneaky offender of all. It's the kind of place you don't think about until it's too late. And trust me, it's quietly working against you if you're not paying attention. Understanding these details isn't just trivia, it's the foundation for fighting back against a challenge that's as old as time itself. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Part 3 is the spot everyone misses behind the ears. Okay, let's dive into the third section. And this is the one that's going to catch you off guard, the spot that nearly everyone, especially seniors, miss, and it's entirely behind the ears. I know, it sounds so basic, almost childish, right? Like something your mom nagged you about when you were 5 years old, standing there with a washcloth in hand. But stick with me here because I'm about to unpack why this tiny little area deserves way more attention than it gets. I'd wager good money that you can't even recall the last time you gave that spot a proper scrub. Not just a lazy swipe with a wet hand or letting the shower water trickle down and calling it a day, but getting in there using your fingertips to rub behind your ears right along that crease, where your jawline meets your neck. Go ahead. Think about it. When was it exactly? Most of us don't even consider it, and that's where the trouble starts. Here's why this spot is such a sneaky troublemaker. Behind your ears is like a perfect storm of neglect waiting to happen. The skin there is thinner than you'd expect, almost delicate, and it's loaded with oil glands that are quietly pumping away all day long. Add to that the shape of the area. It's a little fold, a natural pocket where sweat, oils, and all sorts of grime can pull up without you ever noticing. You don't feel it getting damp or sticky like you might on your forehead or under your arms, so it flies under the radar. We shampoo our hair, lather up, and figure, oh, the suds will rinse down and take care of everything. But that's a myth, and it's not just sweat we're talking about here. That behind the ear zone is a magnet for all kinds of buildup, oil seeping down from your scalp, leftover traces of hair gel mousse or dry shampoo, flakes of dead skin that slew off naturally, and event any particles of dust or pollen floating in from the world around you. Know. Let's make it more complicated. Do you wear earrings, glasses? That wreath right there behind your ears may be a coat or sweater with a high collar that rubs against your skin every time you do. You're pressing that mess tighter against your body, trapping it in a place like a little time capsule of neglect, and because it's tucked away, hidden from view, it's the ultimate out of sight, out of mind situation. You don't see it in the mirror, so you don't think about it, but over time, days, weeks, even months, that buildup doesn't just sit there. Innocently, it fears. It turns sour. I'll never forget the first time I heard about this years ago. I laughed it off, thinking, come on, behind my ears, that can't be a thing. But then out of curiosity, I grabbed a damp cloth one evening, ran it behind my ears, and took a whiff. Oh my goodness, the smell! It was mortifying, sharp, stale, almost cheesy. Like something I'd never want anyone else to catch a hint of. No one had ever warned me, not my parents, not my spouse, not a single soul. And here's the kicker. No one will tell you. Your family might pick up on it, and your friends might catch a faint whiff when they lean in for a chat, but they're not going to speak up. It's too awkward, too personal. No one's going to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, have you washed behind your ears lately? They'll just quietly adjust their behavior instead. Maybe they'll skip that warm hug next time, or they'll shift their chair a little farther away at the dinner table. And that subtle distance, that's a heartbreak I wouldn't wish on anyone, especially when it's something so easy to fix once you know about it. Part 4, what happens if you keep ignoring it now? Let's move on to part 4 because this is where it gets real. What happens if you keep brushing this off, if you keep ignoring that little spot behind your ears? I get it. Habits are hard to break after decades of washing up the same way day in and day out. It's tough to suddenly add a new step to the routine, but I need you to hear me out because the consequences of skipping this aren't just cosmetic, they're social and they're sneaky. If you don't start cleaning behind your ears properly, you're setting yourself up for what I call a silent stink. It's silent because you won't notice it. You're so used to your own that your nose tunes it out, but trust me, other people, they'll pick up on it every time. Here's how it unfolds first. Those oils I mentioned, the ones from your scalp and skin, start to accumulate, then bacteria move in because that warm, moist little crevice is like a 5-star resort for them. They feast on the oils and dead skin, breaking it all down into compounds that smell downright unpleasant. That's where the odor comes from, a sour, musty tang that no one wants. Wafting around them, you might think aspirates of perfume, a dab of body spray, or a layer of scented lotion will cover it up. But here's the bad news. Those fixes don't work. They can backfire, mixing with the funk to create this bizarre, cloying blend of sweet and sour that's hard to put into words but impossible to ignore once you've smelled it. I've caught whiffs of it on other people before. I knew better, and it's unforgettable in all the wrong ways, but it's not just about the smell. Over time, neglecting that spot can mess with your skin health. That buildup doesn't just sit there quietly. It irritates. You might start noticing redness creeping in behind your ears or along your neck, maybe a persistent itch that you can't quite scratch away, in some cases small bumps, or pimples pop up, little signs of clogged pores fighting back against the grime. Ever wondered why your pillowcase starts to smell a little off, even after a fresh wash, or why the collar of your favorite shirt or blouse gets dingy and discolored way faster than it used to? That's the behind-the-ear culprit at work, leaving its mark on everything it touches. Worst of all, though, is how it affects the people around you. They won't say a word, but you'll feel it. That friend who used to greet you with a big tight hug might switch to a quick pat on the shoulder. Your grandkids might not linger as long as they climb into your lap. Someone at the table might scoot their chair just a smidge farther away during coffee hour. It's not because they don't care about you, it's just human instinct kicking in, a subconscious reaction to something they can't quite place. And that slow drift, that quiet pulling away, it chips away at connections in a way that's so subtle, you might not even realize it's happening until it's too late. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Part 5. How to clean it properly. It's easier than you think. Alright ladies, we finally arrived at the exciting part. The solution to keeping things fresh and clean. Let me put your mind at ease right away. It's far easier than you might expect. You won't need to rush out and buy some high-priced luxurious cleanser or the latest trendy gadget to get the job done. Nope. All it takes is a little bit of effort and a consistent approach, and you'll feel so much cleaner, fresher, and more confident in no time. The real secret here isn't about scrubbing yourself raw or using harsh products. It's about adopting a gentle, practical routine that works with your everyday life. Let's break it down step by step so you can see just how doable this is. First off, you don't need to attack delicate areas like behind your ears with a rough scrub brush or a bar of strong soap. That's a recipe for irritation, especially since the skin there is thinner and more sensitive than you might realize. Instead, the goal is to keep things mild and manageable. Here's my tried and true method. The next time you're in the shower after you've gone through your usual routine of washing your hair and lathering up your body, take an extra moment to focus on those spots that often get neglected. For me, behind the ears is the big one. It's like a hidden trouble zone we all forget about. Grab a small amount of your regular body wash, or if you prefer, a mild facial cleanser. Nothing too fancy, just something gentle, and use your fingertips to lightly massage it into the area. No need for aggressive rubbing. Just a soft circular motion will do the trick. Now here's where a lot of people miss the mark. Rinsing. Don't just give it a quick splash of water and call it a day. Use warm, not hot water, and take your time to rinse thoroughly. You'd be amazed at how much residue, think soap suds left over, shampoo, or even styling products like hairspray or gel can linger back there. If you're not intentional about it, a good rinse ensures all that gunk is washed away, leaving you truly clean. But don't stop there. Once you're out of the shower, grab a soft, clean towel and gently pat the area dry. I can't stress this enough, drying off properly is key. We all know the importance of toeing off after a shower, but it's especially critical in tucked away spots like behind the ears, where moisture can hang around. If you're not careful, leave it damp and you're practically rolling out the welcome mat for bacteria to set up shop and start the whole funky cycle again. No thanks. The final piece of the puzzle: consistency. This isn't a one-and-done deal. It's about making this quick little step a regular part of your shower routine. We're talking mere seconds here, not a big-time commitment. But those seconds add up to a world of difference in how fresh you feel. And let's be honest, how fresh you smell, stick with it. And you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. Part 6: Other commonly missed spots you should check. Now that we're on the topic of those sneaky forgotten areas, let's shine a light on a few other spots that often fly under the radar. These places can quietly collect sweat oils and bacteria, leading to that same musty, uncomfortable vibe if left unchecked. Trust me, I've seen it time and again. Even the most put-together folks can miss these. Let's go through them one by one so you can add them to your cleanliness checklist. First up, under the breasts. I know some of you might be thinking, oh, I've got that covered. But hear me out. For anyone with a fuller chest, the skin folds beneath the breast can become a hot spot for sweat, natural oils, and even dead skin cells, especially on warm days or after a workout. The fix is simple. After washing with your usual soap or body wash, make sure to dry the area thoroughly with a towel. If you want to take it a step further, a light dusting of body powder or a quick spritz of body spray can help keep things feeling fresh. Just don't go overboard. Too much powder can clump up or irritate the skin, which is the last thing you want. Keep it light and easy. Next on the list, belly folds. This one's especially relevant if you've got a rounder midsection, but it can apply to anyone. Those creases are pros at trapping moisture, sweat, and oils, creating a cozy little breeding ground for bacteria. If you're not careful, the approach here is similar: wash as usual. Then take an extra second to ensure the area is completely dry. During hot weather or after some physical activity, you might want to double-check the spot, as it's more prone to getting sweaty and sticky. A little attention goes a long way toward keeping it under control. Don't overlook your feet either, specifically between the toes. I know it might sound a bit silly, but when was the last time you gave that area a good scrub? Sweat loves to build up there, especially if you're wearing sneakers or closed-toe shoes that don't let your feet breathe. After washing your feet in the shower, take a moment to work soapy cloth or your fingers between each toe, then rinse well and dry thoroughly. A sprinkle of foot powder can help keep moisture at bay, and while you're at it, give your toenails a quick check to make sure they're clean and trimmed. You'll be shocked at how much fresher your feet feel when you give them this small bit of TLC. Finally, let's talk about the back of your knees and elbows. These spots don't always get the attention they deserve. They might not rub up against your clothes as much as other areas, but they still collect sweat and oils throughout the day, especially in warm weather. Or if you've been on the move when you're washing up, make sure these areas get a gentle cleanse, followed by a proper rinse and dry. It's a small addition to your routine, but it rounds out the effort to keep every part of you feeling clean and comfortable. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Part 7 is the benefits of tackling this freshness, confidence, and dignity. Now, I'll be honest with you, this might seem like an overwhelming amount of attention to detail at first glance. It's not just about the obvious places we clean every day. It's about those sneaky, overlooked spots behind your ears that can make all the difference. But here's the thing, trust me when I say it's worth it. Once you start giving these areas the care they deserve, something truly remarkable happens. You'll feel a wave of freshness wash over you, like a reset button for your entire being. It's not just about banishing that nagging worry that you're carrying around some hidden odour. It's deeper than that. You'll no longer feel like you're walking through life with a secret, Everyone else can sense, but you can't quite put your finger on. Picture this. You've just stepped out of the shower. Your skin is still warm and damp and you're clean from head to toe. That's a great feeling, right? But when you take it a step further, when you know you've tackled those little nooks and crannies that most people don't even think about, you get this extra surge of confidence. It's like an invisible badge of honor, a quiet assurance that you've gone above and beyond. That's the secret I'm sharing with you today. And it's not just about hygiene in the basic sense, it's about self-respect, about honoring yourself with the care you deserve as we move through life, especially as the years adopt. That sense of self-respect become even more vital. How we carry ourselves, how we feel in our skin. It shapes our days more than we might realize when you don't have to worry about catching a whiff of that telltale old people smell. You know the one I mean. You'll notice a shift, your shoulders pull back a little, more your stride gets a bit bolder. You'll step out into the world, whether it's for a quick errand or a social gathering, with a renewed sense of confidence. Hugs from friends or family, you'll welcome them without a second thought. No hesitation or self-consciousness holding you back. More than anything, though it's about dignity, you'll feel proud that you're showing yourself in the world that age is just a number, not a sentence. Unpleasant odors, they don't get to define you. I can tell you from my own experience that this works wonders. When I started paying attention to these small, often ignored areas, it was like flipping a switch. Suddenly I felt more in command of my life, more in tune with myself. It's a small change with a big payoff, and you deserve to feel that control, that quiet power too. Part 8. Don't forget, teach your loved ones too. Now let's shift gears for a moment and think about something. We don't always consider the people we care about. Our children, our grandchildren, our nieces and nephews. I'm not suggesting we turn into hygiene police, marching around with a checklist and a stern look, but these little tips, the ones I've been sharing with you, are just as valuable for them as they are for us. It's funny, isn't it? As we get older, we often find ourselves on the receiving end of care from the younger generation. We're busy focusing on keeping ourselves in check, but meanwhile they might be overlooking some of these same small habits. Life gets hectic for everyone, no matter the age, whether they're juggling work, kids, or just the daily grind. Here's the beauty of it though, by sharing this wisdom, you're not just helping yourself, you're lifting everyone. Teaching your loved ones to care for their bodies in these simple, thoughtful ways can boost their confidence and keep them feeling fresh. Just like it does for you. Age doesn't discriminate when it comes to missing spots. Someone in their 30s or 50s could be skipping behind their ears or not drying off thoroughly after a shower just as easily as anyone else. So why wait for someone else to point it out? Be the one to pass along this golden nugget of knowledge. Show them how to give those hidden areas a quick scrub. Explain the importance of patting dry instead of letting dampness linger. Share the tricks you've picked up along the way. It's like handing them a little gift, a legacy of good habits that keeps on giving. You'll feel a swell of pride knowing you've helped them hold on to their freshness and self-assurance no matter where life takes them. Ladies and gents too, for that matter. I hope this has been an eye-opener for you, because it certainly was for me when I first stumbled onto this realization. Something so small, so easy to fix, shouldn't have the power to shape how people remember you or how you feel about yourself. Take it from me, you've got the tools now, so use them, share them, and let's all keep shining. Ladies, we've covered a lot today, from that sneaky spot behind the ears to the little changes that can bring back your freshness and confidence. I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned so far that you're ready to put into practice in your life? Drop it in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tips to help you feel your best at every age. Stay fresh, stay confident, and I'll see you next time.